I'm simply ecstatic about delivering this message because this clay is going to help many, many people. Zeolite, Clinoptilolite will provide your body with total harmony rapidly. It's very, very good for all conditions, in my opinion. Even cases of extreme sickness and disease. Why? Because it pulls toxins out of the body rapidly. I just juiced, and I consumed some of this myself, because please know that even with my relatively clean system, and I'm not bragging by saying this, but I eat relatively clean and I try to juice often. But, you know, I go outside often too, and I went outside today, and there's toxins in the air, guys, that are raining down upon us, and we have to detoxify from these ailments. And oftentimes our liver is already in a state of toxicity because we're consuming genetically modified foods or packaged foods or processed foods. Most of the time, guys, when we cook our food, we cook all the nutrients out of them. And our bodies are electric, and the trillion of cells that we have are designed to be fueled off of live healing enzymes. And so when you learn to get healthy through natural means, guys, the whole system is going to alkalize, the pH is going to normalize, your intestinal flora is going to start harmonizing, and the liver is going to gently detoxify. And the things like the zeolite help to get you there rapidly, guys, rapidly. And I'm going to do a part 2 probably on this for specific conditions such as cancer and autism. Zeolite forms when molten volcanic lava meets seawater. Due to the unique conditions that occur at that moment, zeolite forms small cages, becomes very porous, and takes on its unique charge both within the cage and on the surface. The charge occurs when the mineral present in the seawater lock into the structure, and the transformation from molten rock to beneficial mineral takes place. Guys, when a volcano erupts and the air hits it, it forms this molten lava rock, and there are crystal structures in this because when the oxygen hits it, and please know that most of these zeolites formed millions of years ago when the atmosphere was completely different and not laden with toxins. And so there's only 2 companies that are making this, and this is my short little rant on this, because there's no such thing as a zeolite liquid. And this is a clay, guys. It's a clay, and it has to be mined properly. Because the cage-like structure, oftentimes when it's grinded and crushed at the source, is not intact. You've got the cage has to be intact, but it has to be micronized to where your body can absorb it, and it has to be purified because there's mold in many of these, and we don't need to be consuming mold. So this is my rant on this, because most of these companies that are selling this, you do a Google search for zeolite, and the top 2 pages are going to be companies that are not making this properly. They're snake oil salesmen. There's no such thing as liquid because this is a powder, guys. Let me just open up one of these capsules of it into my hand so that you can see it. It's a gray powder, and we need to be preloading this. We need to be taking it with other phytonutrients similar in action to it, because it's not a scavenger in the sense that it's going to seek out the toxin. The toxin is going to naturally be drawn into this divine crystalline honeycomb 3-dimensional structure. There's nothing quite like it. And if it's in a water, it's going to be a gray, murky, muddy type liquid. And no, these are all clear liquids. No, not going to do your body any good. So please do not take these clear liquid zeolites. We need to be consuming this, and we need to be consuming it in small quantities in the beginning. But then, for cases of extreme sickness or disease, you can consume mass quantities of this with little to no side effects whatsoever. Even oftentimes with cases of prescriptions, because it helps to remove the metal that's in these medications out. But please use caution if you're taking prescription medications with the zeolite, because it will often interact with some of these laden with metals to where there may be your body's not going to absorb what it needs to out of the chemical. because many of these prescriptions are not, they're derived and synthesized from natural substances, so they're not natural to begin with, and so your body is not going to absorb that properly within the presence of all of this zeolite. So it's going to lessen, is what I'm telling you, the effects of these medications, because the medications aren't natural in the first place. Nature provides all of the healing that we need. This is a product safe for children, in my opinion, if you know how it resonates and how your child is resonating. And it's a product safe for our animals. Cases of tumors and cysts even, guys, and I'll put links with much research shown on this included in this video. But please know that most of the research that's been done on it has been done on a synthesized form of it. There's over 50 varieties of the zeolite, and many of these are used for industrial use. It's used for air purification. It's used for livestock. It is used for water purification now, but this is not the Clinoptilolite form of it, and we've got to be taking the correct form of it, and it's got to be micronized properly to retain the cage-like structure. ZeoHealth, ZeoPure, Zeolite Pure is the brand that I recommend. They're the brand that's been making it forever. And then the second one is this brand right here, which this is Health Force Detox Zeo Force Detoxify Daily. And let me just read this to you. Mineral component, Clinoptilolite, overall surface area greater than 250 square feet per gram, particle size between 4 and 8 microns, equivalent to 2400 mesh. This is key, guys. And this product contains the cage-like crystalline structure, and many of these mined at the site, they don't. They don't contain the structure, and if it doesn't contain the crystalline structure cage, it's not going to do your body any good. So many of the studies that have been done on this but they're still widely beneficial. That's the thing. All of the studies are good on this, guys, with little to no side effects with anything. Period. Even in high quantities. And that's why I'm telling you need to start taking this. Everybody needs to get their zeolite on, baby. I'm telling you, it's going to provide your body with harmony fast. It's going to restore the alkalinity. It's going to properly pH your whole system. Eventually, guys, it's going to get deep into the issue too. You know, it's not a scavenger in the sense that it's going to go down to bone and tissue and pull toxins out. No, it doesn't work like that. But if it's going to start to gently detoxify, please know that most of us are laden with toxins. The liver is toxic because it was simply the air that we breathe. If we don't detoxify from these elements, the genetically modified food, the processed pasteurized, all of these things, guys, increase the free radicals in the body. They increase the aging process. And we've got to start reversing this. We've got to get ourselves out of the city municipal water, shower water, guys. We don't need to bathe our body in this fluoridated water. This is a rat poison. Sodium fluoride is not a natural element found on the table of elements charts. It's a byproduct of the food, the genetically modified food fertilizer industry. That's what it is. It's a byproduct of this fertilizer from the fertilizer industry that's poisoning the food. It's there, guys, we need to get ourselves out of this because this water is calcifying your body. It's calcifying your pineal. These toxins are storing up in the dermal layer of the skin because the liver is already toxic. People are inflamed. They're on fire. They have sickness. They have disease. All forms of sickness are a result of inflammation. So what decreases the inflammation? Well, if you restore the alkalinity, the inflammation is going to decrease. Cancer cannot survive in an oxygenated environment. It cannot survive in an alkaline state, in a proper pH state. And what does that? The zeolite. And the zeolite is first going to remove the toxins that it immediately comes in contact with. Then after the system is clean, after you've included a healthy lifestyle with this type of detox and you're not introducing more free radicals into the body, it's going to get deep with the issue pretty rapidly. It's going to eventually get down to where the bones are naturally releasing these toxins that are stored oftentimes from the years and years of poisonous substances consumed. These are naturally going to be secreted out of the bone after the liver is detoxified and regenerated and all of the other organs have followed, this is what happens. And this product can get you there fast. This clay, this crystal clay, I'm telling you, to these toxins, it's a magnet. They're drawn into it. It doesn't scavenge the toxin out. This is also disinformation on this, that this is a scavenger, that it's going to get down deep into tissue and bone fast. No, it doesn't work like that. The toxins are going to be drawn into it. So it's only good. This is the reason why I don't like the capsules. We've got to learn to combine this with other similar phytonutrients to enhance the absorption of it. Let me tell you how I make mine, because this is the reason why I'm in high vibrations. I put monatomic gold and silver. Please know that after these are particleized, nanoparticleized, and micronized, they can be combined with the honey-like comb crystalline structure that zeolite is. I put a full dropper full of this rose in it. I juice my basic juice blend. That's what I recommend doing. Just juice the basic juice blend, apple, carrot, lemon, ginger, beet, and then I put a little bit of turmeric with black pepper in there. I put frankincense, myrrh, and helichrysum in mine, and then I put those two items along with the fulvic and the humic acid, guys. This organic, of course, this combines really, really well. I highly, highly recommend the fulvic and humic acids with it, because the fulvic minerals are from volcanic source as well, and if they're organic, guys, it's going to combine really. It's just going to activate this structure. This is a this does it all. It harmonizes the whole system. It removes all heavy metals. It removes all poisons, all chemicals out of the body rapidly. I can't stress enough how we all need to start taking this. The instructions on this bottle, this is the other brand that I like, say 1.5 level teaspoons. Let me just focus in so that you can read it. It needs to be in glass. This plastic is going to leach out harmful gases to this crystalline structure, and it's going to damage the cages. So do not buy this in plastic. Buy it in dark glass. We need to protect this from EMF activity. Guys, the electrical outlets in our homes are emitting a dirty current. This is not AC current that Tesla harnessed from the air. It was introduced so that it could be charged for and money could be made on it, and this is not clean. And these frequencies and Wi-Fi towers and cell phone towers and electrical power plants, these are emitting harmful frequencies to our body. Radio waves, microwaves, all of these are bombarding our aura at any given point throughout the day. And this is weakening our immune system because our liver is already toxic, because we're slathering genetically modified products onto our skin, and we're oftentimes consuming them, even unknowingly oftentimes. And we need to educate ourselves on what these things are. We need to go back to nature. We need to start consuming organic things. We need to grow much of our own herbs and things that we use, because we all need to be farmers. We should not have lawns to mow. We should all be gardeners. And we should grow many of these things. Many of these things can grow in small spaces that help to detoxify and restore alkalinity to the body. Things like the basil. I love to combine the basil and the tarragon with the Clinoptilolite. There's nothing quite like it. But I usually juice the basic juice blend. I recommend just starting with an apple and carrot. Start with that. But if you bought the capsules, which they do sell the capsules and they are pure, I recommend opening it up. I never recommend just consuming the capsule of it. But if you're in a hurry and on the go, please know that this will work. This is great for emergency cases of food poisoning because it's going to pull the toxin out fast. It's going to pull all toxins out of the body fast, but please know it's only going to reach what it comes in contact with. So if it's just coming in contact with the stomach because there's already an alkalinity issue within the body and an acidic state, it's not going to do much good. So you need to include a healthy lifestyle in with this, and this clay is going to work on a whole nother level. Get yourself grounded when you use this in the earth's healing vibration. because the earth provides a natural decrease in inflammation when we take our shoes off and get grounded in it. We need to make grounding mats and keep ourselves grounded as much as possible. We need to gaze upon the sun for the decrease in inflammation, the decalcification it provides for the body. And we need to do this. We need to get in rhythmic pattern and harmony with nature, with all of it. This is the oneness. This is the key to longevity, is to learn to resonate with organic, harmonious plants and herbs and roots. Things like the turmeric. Turmeric does it all, guys. The curcuminoids and the rhizome of the turmeric, it does everything. And when you fuel it with the black pepper, which oftentimes I like to include with the Clinoptilolite, man, this works on a whole nother level. I also like to include sovereign silver with it. Sovereign silver, this silver has been nanoparticleized. So please know that this is divine to take with the Clinoptilolite, in my opinion. But I like to usually make the juice. I don't do it with silver very often. I like to make it with the basic juice blend. Combine it with some other divine phytonutrients. The best is the fulvic and the humic acids, guys, because the fulvic ionic minerals oftentimes come from a volcanic source. And so this is oxygenating this divine Clinoptilolite. But please know this has been synthesized. It's been synthesized over 150 different times. Many of the research studies are on these synthesized substances, but they still worked, guys. That's what I'm saying. They were still effective, wildly effective with no side effects. Cases of extreme sickness, toxicity, tumors, guys. This can be applied. The basic juice blend, drink most of that down, but save a little bit, then combine a little bit more zeolite in with it, and apply this topically to a cyst or a tumor or a fungal infection on the skin, guys. It's going to work quickly to eliminate some of this. And then if you're also ingesting this, it's going to work rapidly, guys. There's cases of tumors being eliminated with this. Autism. Most, in my opinion, most autism is from vaccinations. We've got to get ourselves out of these toxic chemicals that they're wanting to inject within us. This doesn't make any sense. Research what these products are, because these products are laden with toxins. And you say, well, I need to vaccinate my child because I need to prevent some of these diseases. No, they're oftentimes injecting live viruses directly into them that have been inactive for eons, years and years and years. This makes no sense. Get yourself out of this, because nature provides all the harmony that your child will need. Oils like black cumin seed and the zeolite clay, it provides all the harmony that anyone needs, including animals. Guys, this can be safely used for your pets with tumors, for dogs with tumors. There's been research done on this with animals, and all of this information is divine, and I'll link all of this for you. But start taking this. The instructions on this are 1.5 teaspoons. 1.5 level tablespoons. 1 to 2 times a day for extensive use, up to 6 times a day. And I'm telling you, for cases of extreme sickness, this can also be rectally retained for cases of extreme sickness. Please know that this is not for a beginner to rectally retain anything, but many things can be absorbed that way as well. So cases of extreme toxicity where the colon and the bowel and everything is just completely toxic, you can absolutely rectally retain things like the Clinoptilolite, and it can rapidly restore some harmony to your body fast. And it's relatively safe, even in high doses, non-toxic at all, doesn't interact with any with anything. It's going to lessen the effects of anything toxic, because it's going to work quickly to remove toxins from the body. But it's only going to hit what it comes in contact with, and most of the time we're acidic, and so it's not going to come into contact with much. So it's not, that's the reason why there's so much disinformation out there, because there's sites that claim it does all of this overnight, and it doesn't work like that. Now, please know it's wonderful to have in cases of food poisoning, even, because it's going to work to rid this is something that activated clay and bentonite clay and activated charcoal cannot do, guys. Even coconut activated charcoal, it's going to strip some nutrients out with it. And when we're detoxifying the body, we don't want to strip nutrients out. We want to leave the nutrients in the body. This is the key. And the zeolite is going to do it. It's going to pull the toxin out. The toxin is going to be naturally drawn into the crystal structure. and it's going to trap and fold in and on itself, and it's going to excrete out through the urine, through the GI tract, or through the skin. We're going to also sweat this out. And this is divine for these toxins to leave the body this way. Guys, for cases where you're extremely toxic, if you will use ice cold therapy with the warm hot therapy, even oftentimes just within the shower, turn your shower ice cold and then turn it as hot as you can stand, and then back to ice cold. And we're trying to stimulate the system to remove toxins. We need to dry brush ourselves every morning with a natural bristle, pretty sturdy brush, but not one that's going to inflict any abrasions on the skin. But if you'll dry brush your entire body in the morning when you wake up, it's going to help to remove some toxins that are stored under the dermal layers of the skin. And also, I might add, it just increases your overall harmony for the day. It stimulates all of the senses. And then when you start to include essential oils carry live vibrations. They resonate between 52 and 320 hertz, and with rose being the highest. And oils like black cumin seed, frankincense, myrrh, helichrysum, they don't play around with ailments in the body. They get pretty aggressive with it fast, but you can learn to harmonize the zeolite with many of these, but don't start with that at the beginning. Toss in an apple, an organic apple and of your choosing, and a carrot, and take your zeolite, but eventually get to where you can include and use this in various ways and in higher doses, and it's going to work to remove all of the toxins from the entire system. That's how divine this crystal structure is. Peace, love, and positive vibrations. Thank you for staying tuned. My dog is right next to me. He never fails to raise my vibration. We played today. It was snowy here today, but we went out to the park and we had a good time. Anyway, I am appreciative of all of you. Stay tuned. I'm probably going to do the sun chlorella soon. It's coming up. And then I'm going to do a video on lapis. We're going to talk about lapis. You know, they used to use lapis externally and even internally in some cases where people were depleted of these nutrients. But lapis is divine. Guys, stones carry vibrations. They carry vibrations and they're healing to our body. You know, copper, I want to do a copper, I'll do a copper video soon. Guys, I got that copper, that's a new copper bracelet. I got that for Christmas, and it's pure copper. And then this other bracelet that I've got, I wanted to show you because I want to do a video on copper. This contains neodymium magnets. And you know, our bodies are electric, so these just act to stimulate and heighten and increase circulation. Divine healing. Copper is divine healing, and it's very grounding. And we need to protect our zeolite. We need to build a zeolite Faraday cage around the crystal that zeolite is. And so protect it from all of the EMFs, protect it from all of the Wi-Fi and cell phone, and build a little crystal copper cage for it. And keep all of your oils in this. Zeolite does not need to be refrigerated, but please know that if light hits it, light and air destroys these precious enzymes. It's got to be in a dark bottle, and you've got to protect it from all of these harm. I recommend trying to keep it grounded as much as possible and keep it protected with copper. Copper protects our aura. Aluminum over the outlets will protect the outlet from emitting all of these harmful frequencies. So inexpensively, you could literally cover most of the outlets in your home to protect against these EMFs. But there's copper plates that do this better. This is what I recommend. Copper protects better. Anyway, thank you for listening to me. I really, really appreciate all of you. Have a great day. Bye-bye.